Hey there YouTube, this is MrLuBuFu. I know I haven't been making videos recently. I've been kinda busy moving to another state. So that's been going on, but I kinda wanted to, I got this sort of urge to do like my top 5 moments all Magic players should know. At least like these are classic moments in the history of Magic the Gathering that are just one, awesome to watch, even though they're in ridiculously low quality. I think this one from Original Wizard is 240p, so some of these are real old school. But these are what I think some of like my 5 favorite moments that players should know. It's just kind of cool. It's just going to be a quick video for you guys. I'm going to include links to all 5 of these videos in the description below, so if you have the time, check it out. It's worth perusing. I might be playing a few of these. Some are a little bit on the longer side, so I'm not going to. So the first one I'm going to talk about, as you can see here, is Gabriel Nassif's Called Shot. This one I'm going to play because it's like 30 seconds that I wanna elaborate. But Nassif's in trouble. I'm going to let it play so you can hear the gorgeous sound of my voice. So Nassif's in trouble. There's a pair of I think they're Burton Forge genders, but you can't really tell. I forgot to look it up. So the opponent animates mutable attacks, and cast a Thoughtseize, seeing nothing but a reflecting pool. So now let's let the audio speak for itself.
Wants to play off the top of his deck. He's going to slow roll all of us, himself included. He's drawn the card face down in front of him, and he hasn't even looked at it yet. He's trying to figure out, what can it be? What do I need it to be? Arrange my lands. He's got a sort of sly smile on his face.
If you guys didn't hear, he said, "I'm getting my ultimatum mana." He was playing Cruel Ultimatum.
His ultimatum mana, that's the card that he wants. Cruel Ultimatum is the card he's hoping to top deck. And
yeah, it's an amazing moment. I'll let you guys see the rest of or you guys can see how it ends, because a Cruel Ultimatum was actually not lethal at the time, but it's this incredible Called Shot. One of my favorites. It's why I want to eventually get my my Cruel Ultimatum signed by Gabriel Nassif, and the reason why it's in From the Vault 20 was because of this moment. The next one is Nassif versus Chapin. They're both playing, I believe it's Red-Green Storm. And this one's a little bit long, so I'm not going to play it out. I highly recommend you guys check it out. It has some improbable odds in it. There's some cards you might want to look up beforehand. So a lot of people know Rift Bolt, a lot of people know Grape Shot and Lotus Bloom. They have some of the storage lands. If you don't know what those are, just go ahead and look those up, or I can explain them. They're lands that you can tap and add a storage counter onto it, and then eventually when you tap it, you can cash in more mana. So you store in the early turns, and then you can cash it in all at once. And then you might want to know, I believe it's Ignite Memories. And this sort of deck, but this is definitely one worth watching. You don't even have to know the decks that well to know. Just know that Ignite Memories is a card that's Storm, or has Storm, and its target player reveals a card at random from their hand. They lose life equal to the converted mana cost of that card, and it has Storm, in case I didn't already say it. So that's a good one. The next one, I don't think I can play this out, but this is what I like to call, I think it's like the $5,000 Lightning Helix. Let's see.
spell mode.
So, sort of playing it out, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but only 5 lands. He's going to be kicking himself if that...
Yeah, so they're going through it. He's going through the plays, and the player on the left is playing Naya. Person on the right just uses Jete counters to kill off an Isamaru and a Kurdape. I think it was just the Kurdape, actually. Leaving a Watchwolf in play. There we go. And there's the getting rid of the Isamaru. And so they're going through it, and Craig Jones has I believe it's a Char in hand. So yeah, the opponents go ahead and it's like, oh, you know, I can Alpha Strike, blah blah blah. They go for it, and he casts, as you can see here.
Hey, Char. Char you.
And that's a very, very aggressive line, because normally you want to char a creature, but he decided to char his opponent.
Like to play. The crowd is. Come on, Zach. What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
And that was, I believe, in the finals of Pro Tour Honolulu. So yeah, that was several $1,000s Lightning Helix. Getting your opponent down to 3 and then helixing him. So that's pretty impressive. This one is a classic. It's 30 seconds, and I'll explain it.
Oh, yeah. This is super rubbing? Yeah, I mean, alright. So do you think we can get a land crack fetch out Conley Woods? I don't never say that. No? You're the one that says that. Yeah, come on, Conley. For all your fans, you'll get 100 likes for this. Easy. Where is this going? It's going to go on probably just on Facebook. You're just going to sit at home and watch this yourself and do some nasty stuff, right? I am. Come on, please. Alright, land crack fetch. Take 2.
Okay, so this story had, well, I have yelled out as we were driving past in Grand Prix Kansas City. I yelled to Conley Woods, land crack fetch, take 2. Because this is a very famous story. Connolly's playing Zoo against a mono red burn deck. Mono red burn mulligans to 3. And on the first 3 turns of the game, Connolly goes fetch land, crack, get a shock land, untapped, take 2, play. Like turn 1 was Kurdape, turn 2 was Tarmogoyf, and turn 3 he tried to seismic assault. I think it was seismic assault. No, he tried to I think it was maybe Stone Rain. I'm not sure. I think it might have been Stone Rain. The opponent's land. Well, the opponent had an Ancient Den in play, and so when Connolly goes to blow up the land, he goes sack or float red, sack it, shrapnel blast you for 5, untap, and he had 2 lands left. Or he played a second land and goes bolt bolt. So he had exactly 11 points of damage, the burn player, and Connolly dealt 9 to himself with his fetches and shocks, and well, lost because of it. His opponent won off a mold of 3. So that's why, kids, if your opponent's on a mold of 3 and they're mono red, don't rush it. Like, for reals, yo. And the last one I'm not even gonna play, but it's probably the greatest final of all time. Again, it's kind of in lower quality, but you gotta do it. It's the 1999 Pro Tour Chicago final with Bob Maher versus Brian Davis. If you have, this is an hour and 33 minutes, but if you have the time, I highly recommend it. This is, I mean, you might cringe a little bit because of the lack of sleeves, but this is a classic when it comes to Magic, and it's some of the best Magic ever played, I think. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and peace.